Hey you guys, what's going on? It's your girl Kimora, and you're tuning in to the fifth episode of the Artist Sit Down. So, you guys, as you all know, I'm really excited to give you guys the fifth episode. And if you haven't watched my fourth episode, be sure to watch it after this video. And if you haven't watched it, then you may not know that since this is the fifth episode, next week we'll actually wrap up this season of the Artist Sit Down. And I'm really excited, honestly, because next semester I will be giving you guys longer. Well, not necessarily longer. Let me say longer because I think what we're doing is good. But more episodes, and then I will also be giving you guys just more discussion topics. And I can actually say, like, I'm so thankful for all of your support, all of your generosity, and I just love you guys for supporting. So, we're not necessarily doing music today, but we're actually going to dive into a different form of the arts. And I'm kind of excited because I don't only have one guest, nor do I have two, but I actually have three guests today joining me speaking about their life as models. So if you guys can help me warmly introduce female model Tobi, male model Neil, and then also female model Jamie. Hi, you guys. How are you?
Good.
First of all, I just want to say you all look beautiful, handsome. You just look so amazing. And I just all want you to introduce yourself. So starting with Tobi.
So my name is Tobi, and I'm a nursing major from Long Island, New York. I'm 19 years old, and I've been modeling for, I want to say, since I was 16. And yeah.
My name is Neil. 21 years old. I'm a communication major, sociology major, also from New York. I started modeling in 2020 and didn't really start taking it seriously till like about a year ago. So, yeah.
My name is Jeames Graham. I'm from Rochester, New York. I'm 21 years old. I've been modeling since I was probably like 5 years old. Not doing it seriously, but that's where like I all started. What else? I'm undecided here at Alfred State.
Okay. So I'm actually really happy to have you guys on the show because I think so far on my podcast, I've just been having artists such as like engineers and DJs and MCs. So I'm kind of excited to take it on a different type of field. And so I guess, starting with whoever would like to go first, kind of give me a story or like a brief description of what your first modeling experience was and how did you feel while you were doing it?
I could go first. So my first time was my friend had a brand and she wanted to promote her brand, of course. And she asked, can you come to our first drop for our t-shirts and can you model them? And that one I was just like, that's cool. Like I've always liked taking pictures, just simple, like of anything. If it looks pretty or cool, I'm gonna take a picture of it, including myself. If I look pretty or cool, I'm gonna take a picture. So after that, I was just like, this is actually really fun. Like, so then my brother is a photographer and a videographer actually. He works with like Chef G, what is it? Who else he works with? What's his name? 50 Cent? Yeah. Like, so he's very big, and I didn't realize up until like a year ago I could use that to my advantage. Like, if I like taking pictures and my brother's a photographer, if I have a concept in my mind, we could easily execute it.
Networking.
Exactly. And it's like right there, he's my brother. And also it's like free. He's not going to charge me for the studio or nothing. So it was easy. So after that, I didn't really take it serious. Like, I would always post on Instagram, of course. And then I would start, like, everyone knows Pinterest. Like, Pinterest gives everyone the greatest ideas. So I would just see stuff on Pinterest, and then also I would come up with just ideas on my own head. And I'm like, I want to execute this. And it would be from, like, using my iPhone, and then I realized I could use my brother. So when I started taking more advantage of that, that's when it really was like, oh, I could actually like be considered a model.
Right.
And then when it really got, I still don't consider myself a model, but I just say like, I'm pretty and I take good pictures. So
I feel like if you're photogenic enough,
exactly,
Yeah,
you
you're
model.
exactly. So
Like-
I came here actually, and one of my friends, Tegan from AU, she had graduated, I think last year. I was at the Brown Girl brunch, and she was a photographer for the event, and she said, like she was introducing herself and promoting her brand, and she was like, "Oh, if you ever would want to shoot, like we could shoot this and that." And then literally the next day we shot, and she used me for her senior portfolio, and they have an exhibit at the end of the year for every photography student. And Alfred University bought the picture of me, and I'm hung up in one of their libraries. I don't know which one, but I'm hung up in there. And then after that, I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. Like I could execute my ideas, and people actually see it, and other people would enjoy it. So that's, and then also like, just it's cool. Like that's simply
cool.
why I
And
model.
I think-
It's so cool.
I just think it's beautiful to kind of just see something that was once upon a time a vision now in your face. And I think it's pretty dope to have something of yours and of you in spaces like libraries, museum. I think that's really beautiful, and it's just something to keep your eye on to let you know how much further you can go. So I think that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Neil?
See, with me, it wasn't really like, it was nothing like that. I mean, it started off as me like taking, something like that. It started off with me like taking selfies, taking pictures. At the time being, this was back in high school when like the iPhone 7 Plus had came out, and you know, portrait mode, everybody was like going crazy with that. So I started like getting introduced to that, started taking pictures, just like, you know what, why not? You feel me? And a couple of my friends had recommended it. It was like, yo, you can seriously like model, like you're a pretty boy. And I was like, nah, I don't know, like I'm not too sure on that. And I just like took what they said into recommendation and just started taking regular pictures, like in sweatsuits and like on the field, whenever like there was good sunlight. I just used that sunlight. And I remember after a while of posting just regular photos, a random photographer had like hit me up saying like, oh, do you model? I was like, not really, but I'll try. I'll do my best. He's like, cool. Like, I live around your area, and if you want to like come over to my house, like I have a studio set up. If you want to come like shoot with me, I'll tell you what to bring, what to wear, and everything, and we'll get your measurements, and we'll get your what is it, a business, that not the business card, the but like one of those cards that you bring to different auditions. And
Is it your model
It's
card?
like your portfolio.
yeah, it's something like that, like a model card, something like it shows your like your height, your
headshots.
inseam,
Oh, okay,
headshots,
headshots,
stuff like that. So I was a little iffy about it because like growing up in a Caribbean household, like we're never supposed to just go over to a random person's house like out of nowhere. So my pops was like, I don't know, man, I don't know about that. He's like, but you know what? You getting grown now, so if you want to do this and this is what you feel like is best for you, go ahead and shoot for it. So we went over there, and dude was like real cool, off rip. He's like, listen, man, hey, just be yourself. Like, be comfortable in front of the camera. Do what you gotta do. You can play music if you want. You want something to drink, you want something to eat, I got you. Feel me? I'm in his home, so he was real welcoming. And we just like shot mad pictures. We took headshots and everything, and we took like my measurements. And afterwards, he printed out my little card. And I was like, oh, so this is what it feels like to have a photo shoot. This is like, it was real. It's way more simple than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was gonna like, you know, try to hurt me or I don't know, set me up or something. But yeah, it ended up being a great experience. I was like, if this was gonna be like, I can do this like forever. And I know if this is just the start of it, I can imagine like going to like bigger photographers and bigger photo shoots for more important people and for like better brands, you know. So I was like, this actually might be a good way to go. And I just kept going on from there, just building off of that. So.
I love that. I would definitely say my experience kind of like seeing different photo shoots, I would definitely say no photo shoot is literally as big as the picture comes out to be. Like, I feel like it's like nothing how the picture looks. And I think that was how a lot of like photo shoots kind of changed my perception. It's all about what you see the moment to be in the picture, a little bit of Photoshop to kind of get that background and you to look really nice. And then also like just knowing what it is that you want to do, which is why a lot of people is more focused when it comes to like your poses and how your face look, because I feel like that generally makes up the shot. And so that's why it's really good when it comes to, I guess, really good jobs for creative directors, because their job is to kind of make that moment without making it too expensive. So it's like the more simpler this, I guess the scene or the setup, the better, to get the outcome, which is beautiful. So I think that's perfect. And Jamie.
Okay, so shoot, it really all started at my house in my mom's house. Walking, like my brothers boosted me, like me like as a little girl and everything. But when it really all started is when one of my family members, my cousin, her name is Jessica, she let me know about this like teen fashion show that was going on in Rochester. Deb, her name is Deb. She runs it every year. They actually did it this year. I missed it. But well, I missed it because I'm not a teen anymore. I was mad. But yeah, so she I actually had to audition, which is kind of nerve wracking. But it was literally just like at a city school in Rochester. The audition, it was like a whole bunch of teens like coming in and auditioning. Boom, I had to audition. I got in and basically just like did the show or whatever, and it was a really like good experience, like my first experience being on like a big stage, like in front of a whole bunch of people.
Can you say how many people were
approximately?
Yeah.
That first show probably about like 200 maybe. Yeah.
200 models?
No.
People.
Oh, people. Yeah, like in the models probably about like, I can't really think off the top of my head, maybe like 30 models. But it was a good amount though, and we had like practices, like I forget if it was like every weekend or every Friday or I don't know. We had practice at like.
How did you feel actually being on the stage in front of 200 people?
I try not to like look like pay attention to the people, like them like cause it was like a coach, and then like the girl like she had like an assistant or whatever. The coach, she was like helping us out like in practices and stuff, because it was like people like coming in that never like even like modeled or you know what I'm saying, so they just wanted to make sure like the show was like, you know, professional and like anybody bust their butt on the stage, like, you know. And we had to like bring our heels to practice, like we had to
also if you want to curse you could curse.
I wasn't sure.
No, but
yeah, it was like a really cool experience. It was real dope. Like I wish I could. Actually, my last year trying to do it, it was COVID. COVID hit, so they canceled the show and everything. And then I turned 20, and then it was just like, right, that's why she's like, y'all can't do it anymore. Y'all old, but y'all can like help out or whatever. But yeah, it was a real dope experience.
It's beautiful to even have that experience. And I know that you mentioned auditions, so I guess my first question is, have all of you had kind of like an audition process before? Yeah. And so how would you say the audition process is versus you actually getting it or not even getting it? Like, what is that process like for each of you?
Well, the first time I ever had to go to an audition is when I was like 7, and you know, on the radio where they'd be like, oh, your child could be like the next Disney star. I heard that and I was like, Mom, let's go. And she took me. We went all the way to New Jersey, and I get there and I was like pooping in my pants. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. And I didn't like, I was there and I didn't do anything. And my mom was so upset. She says, I went with my cousin. My cousin went, she was fine. I think she actually got picked for a role or something. And my mom was like, I brought you all the way over here and you are keeping quiet. What? And I was like, I was shy. I was a baby. But then the second time, I had to go through an audition process. I think, actually, I don't even know if there was a second time. I think most of the time I've ever wanted to model, it was like someone already knew they wanted me, or I like came up with the idea myself. So obviously you're not gonna say no to me if I came up with the idea.
Yeah.
But I think I've been fortunate enough that people already knew they wanted me for their brand or their creative idea, and they just came to me and I took the offer.
And so do you prefer, and this may seem like an obvious question, but I just want to see what your answer would be. Do you prefer the audition process or people just wanting you?
The audition is nice because it's like not more or less to get picked, but to see, like, I was just talking to Neil before this. I'm like, I'm kind of nosy. Like, I like to see how other people work. So most of the times when I go into certain things, like, even though the audition process, the what is the desired outcome is to be picked, it's like you just do it for the experience.
Yeah.
So I would actually like to go and do an audition to see, because then you can also learn from it and be like, if I didn't get picked, why didn't I get picked?
Right.
So
I
let me
love
see
that.
what I'm doing. Like, not necessarily wrong, but what I'm not doing. So I don't really, like, it's nice when someone's like, yep, I want you, but it's also, I would still want to try to do an audition.
I agree. Neil?
I would have to agree with her. Like, the audition process is like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I didn't really have much auditions. One of the most memorable ones that stuck out to me though would have to be me modeling or not even modeling, walking down the runway not even walking around the runway, just the audition by practicing my walk for the runway for the actual show. Was with a designer named Daniel Leathers, and I remember going out there. I was like, oh yeah, I got this in the bag easily. I got there, it was around about 2,000 models out there, and I was like, so what's the chances of me getting picked? And I'm walking down the line looking at all these people, like, they got some handsome dudes, you got some beautiful women. I'm just looking at me like, man. They had all types of design on. The girls was like all prettied up, glamored up. The dudes had all fresh cuts, hair done, nice and sharp, and it was just me. I just threw on some jeans and shirt and sneakers, and I just left the house. And we had us standing out there for about 3 hours in the cold, like, because there was so much people there, and it was like chaotic trying to get people in, get people out, and be real decisive with it. So when it was my time to actually like come up and go, you know, I had the little, it's what they would call like a model walk, like do what you gotta do, have a straight face, you know, look straight and everything. And after I did it, I was like, I don't know. I started overthinking too much. And I remember they told me, you, go over there. And I was like, they were like, no, go write your information down. Like, you made it to the next round. I was like, whoa, okay. And the passing, there was 2 pieces of paper. One of them was already like fully filled out, and the other one still had like a little bit of space left, so I filled my name out there. And afterwards, I was talking to the people that were there. It was like out of 2,000 people, only like 200 people got picked, and I was part of that 200. So I was like, in the back of my mind, like, why'd you even pick me? You know, if there was so much beautiful women and handsome dudes there, why me? Like, out of all people, you know? So, but that made me start thinking, like, maybe I really do have the potential to get picked out of, like, you know, I don't know, a lot of models. You know?
But what was that feeling like? Like, as, like, you going in thinking that, you know, how can I make it out of 2,000 people, and then knowing that you made it to the next round, what was that feeling that you felt? Like, was it something that you could describe? Is it, you know, or it's just like a shock feeling?
Okay, it was a little bit of both. Like, I was kind of surprised, like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. And it was more like, all right, now that I'm like, I got picked, I got to step it up. Because I know whatever they did that didn't get them picked, they probably did the same thing as me, or they probably did like something else that threw them off. So I was like, what did they do that didn't get them picked, or what did she do that got him picked? So I can do that too, but throw my little mix into it. So I was like I was in the middle with it. I didn't really know how to feel.
Okay, I love that. Jamie? Tell me how to say your name, because I feel like I keep...
It's Jamise.
Jamise, because I keep saying Jamie. Jamise.
I'm
I'm sorry. You could trust me. I'm
it's
sorry.
Jamise. Yeah. So, what was your question again?
The audition process for you.
Okay, so I just feel like the audition process, I just feel like it's a really good experience, especially for like networking for real, because it's like you get to meet new people, and you know what I'm saying, like, and even just like get more opportunities, like, you know what I'm saying, like, for example, like just meeting other people there, like, oh, they telling you about another fashion show that's like this summer or whatever, like, you know, just like more opportunity, networking. Like, I just feel like the audition process is, even getting told like no, like, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, I feel like you just gotta go through it, and like, even just getting told no or whatever, like, I feel like you just should just like keep going, like, you know what I'm saying, like, just that no, like this gives you like the push, like, to just like keep going, or like, you know, or for some people it might like pushing back a little bit,
for a
like,
little
maybe
bit.
there's not
For a little
me
bit.
or whatever. But I feel like the audition process is good for networking and good for just like pushing yourself to just like keep going and keep trying and whatever. Like you said, it was 2,000 people at that freaking audition. Like
Right.
you never know. Like you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of designers and different brands. I ain't know what to do.
Yeah, I feel like a room full of creatives, like, that's why I was so excited to be here.
Yeah.
Like, just anywhere. Like, it could be one person, could be 20 people. A room full of creatives is, like, one of the best feelings. Because it's, like, you can just nitpick at everyone's brain a little bit and, like, come together and make something great. And it's just so, like, it's just cool as hell. Like, I love it. Anytime I could be in a room full of creatives, that I love the opportunity.
I love being in a room full of creatives because I feel like, just like you were saying, I love the ideas that bounce off.
Yeah.
And I think one thing about it is, just like you were saying, I think the no's to me, and which is why I say it never really keeps people down for too long.
Yeah.
I feel like when people get no's, even if you're like not the most confident person, I feel like a no to somebody is kind of like, oh my gosh, like I'm not good enough, I'm not the best. And even if it takes a year, 2 years for you to kind of build that confidence up, that those no's that you've gotten throughout your life, like for some reason, and this is somebody that's been told no like, a lot of times, but it kind of clicks in your head, like, the fuck is they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, how the fuck you don't see this? You know what I'm saying? And you look at yourself in the mirror, you look at yourself differently, especially as you grow, and I guess, elevate in the craft that it is that you're in, and you see that, okay, I see what it is that I needed to fix, because ultimately, how I like to think of it, and I just hear a lot of people say this, is a no is like a door closed for a window to open, and maybe that just wasn't your opportunity, but you take the no to just elevate, build yourself, build what it is that you want to do, and you go into the next big thing, and you see if that's for you, and you see if that position is for you. And I think, ultimately, for the people out there, take no's is that if you get yes too much, the no will hurt you even more than when you don't. When you only get yeses. So.
You got to think about it too, though. Like, when you're auditioning, like the people or the judges or whoever, like, they know like what they're looking for too. Like, before they even get there, see anybody, they're not just picking you because, like, you know what I'm saying? They pick you because they like how you look, obviously. But they, like, going in, they know what they want already. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even take, like, people going into auditions and getting told no, like, I wouldn't even take it as a, like, you can never be a model. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can never be a model, or you can never, people are looking for, like, looks, like, that they want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going in like, oh, like, I need somebody with dreads. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like that. Like, they know, like, what they're looking for already. So I wouldn't even take it as a, you can't, like, be a model. People, the judges, like, if they're nice, they'll tell you that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're beautiful, and you just not, like, the look that I'm, like, looking for. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was, he's a screenwriter, and he just got signed to a major, major company. And he was like, sometimes when a show doesn't get picked to be, like, released, it's because sometimes they already have a show. Like, sometimes the company is looking for one thriller, one drama, and 2 comedies. Let's say you have a comedy and they already got 2. It's not that your comedy isn't good, it's just they already got some. So it's like, don't ever, and I'm also the type of person, like, nothing really ever, I don't ever take nothing too personal, because most of the time, it be people, like, dealing with stuff they have already, and it has nothing to do with you. So that's why you don't gotta take things too personal. So if you don't get picked, it's not you. Like, well, not to say, like, every time it's never me, it's never me.
right.
Most of the time it don't be you. So it's like, okay, on to the next. And I always laugh when I talk about the no conversation with people, because, like, if you ask my family, I was very, well, I still kind of am, but, like, I've learned how to use it in a positive way. I'm very stubborn, and I'm very, not my way or the highway, but it's like, if you say no, I'm going to go and find a yes somewhere else.
Like, I'm my way or the highway.
So, yeah. So,
you're going to see me walking for a different design.
Yeah, like, okay, you say no, I don't know what you're talking about.
And then real loyal behind that designer to really shit in your face.
Exactly. So whenever I hear about the no conversation, I'm just like, the no never bothered me, because I'm going to find a yes in that no somewhere. So it's like, you just gotta literally work with what you have and make it into something that you want. That's why I say, like, an outcome is possible with any, like, what is it? Any resource you have, you can make it into an outcome that you wanted.
Yeah.
So
I feel that.
Yeah.
I
So
try hard enough.
I kind of want to open this floor up, you guys, and just have an open discussion, and we can just go through different conversations. It could stay on the topic of modeling and go on, like, what do you guys do besides modeling to keep you modeling? Where do you want to go for modeling? So and I want to open the floor up to you guys, and I'm going to intervene, and I also model and do a couple of things, too, so I want to join the conversation with you lovely, beautiful people. So yeah, so do you want to ask any questions amongst each other?
I think I have a million more questions. Cause it's really like, it's really for me, but I just want to see if y'all on the same page or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just feel like for me, I'm not as consistent as I need to be to get. Y'all gonna ask y'all like, do y'all feel like y'all like consistent? Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause for me, like I'm really, and people tell me all the time like, Janice, like just post, like just do this, like just post, and I'm just like, you know, I feel like I really just have to like take that time and really like, cause that's what I know I want to do. Like that's a passion. Like that's what I love doing. Like I feel good when I'm doing it. Like you know what I'm saying? And it's like
Stop following her saying she is good at it.
But yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like I'm not as consistent as I need to be. Like I'm really pat my with myself for that, cause it's just like I feel like maybe I could be, or maybe not, like as like farther than like,
you could be.
You know what I'm saying? If I was to like put that work in, and I'm gonna do it. Trust me.
Like with me, when I feel like it comes to consistency, it's hard for me to be consistent when being up at school, because when I'm down back at home, it's like, yo, pull up to Brooklyn, we gonna do this photo shoot here and there. That boom, that happens. Next thing you know, 2 days later, yo, we out to Manhattan, we gonna have a photo shoot, and then we gonna go to a little video shoot. You know what I mean? I have opportunities like that almost every day out the week when I'm back in the city. But being up here is like, it's kind of hard, and resources, like you have different kids up here that, you know, do photo shoots and everything, but they mainly do like nature, or like they'll do how do I say, something for a school project. They wouldn't be like, no, I'm interested in your look and I want to shoot you because I think you look good in this and I feel like you fit this for my school project. You know what I mean? It's never really that. Like I've had one so far, but like one out of like how many opportunities if I was back down in the city. Like I try to keep up with it here, like post old videos and old photos, but like it gets a little cliche, you know what I mean? People get tired of seeing the same stuff over and over. And like one thing I gotta learn how to do is like stop taking people's, I want to say, judgments and opinions. You're like, oh, like you're mad narcissistic, or you feel yourself too much, you're mad light skin, all this and that. And it's like, well, I'm a model. Like my job is to show my face.
That's
my job is legitimately to show you how I look. So it's like, if I'm not constantly putting myself out there, if I'm not constantly posting photos, like how you expect me to actually expand and like network with different people?
You gotta tell them people to look up
I'm
what a model
saying,
is.
like,
The definition of a model, like
it's
even if
conceited.
it wasn't a model, if I think I look good, I look good.
You
Yeah.
have to have
You
like
show
that
off.
confidence in some way.
That's
Like you know what I'm saying?
And I feel like we could definitely get on that conversation. Like, how do y'all feel about
Can I say something?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, because we was talking about it before. Because I was like, how I have my podcast and I literally posted 3 episodes and then I just stopped. And like Neil was saying, when you're back home, it's so much easier. Like I feel, one thing I've been like trying to fuel is like, you nourish your physical body and like your mental health. You also have a creative mind, and I feel like you should nourish that, because when it dies, it's kind of scary, because it's like, oh my god, you had all these ideas and then they're just gone. Like so that's why I'm very big on, if I have an idea, try to execute it, because like that's, you know how they have the health triangle, like it's mental, physical, social. Creative is in there somewhere, and you need to fuel it as much as you would fuel your body by eating breakfast or something. So I feel like when I'm home, obviously I'm not focusing on school, or like school, when you're up here, school is your whole life. Like you literally live at the place where you go to class.
Literally.
So it's like, that's your life. But when you're home, you have time to focus on all those other things like modeling, and that could be your life. So when I'm up here, it's so much harder, because it's like, yes, I still, you know, have connections with like the outside world through Instagram and stuff, but it's like, it's not the same. You can't put all your time into that, so that just leaves you not not being consistent, because you have your mind in 3 different places: your club, work, class. And for me, like, consistency is like something I beat myself over, because it's like you know you want to do it, it's just you don't, and it's like sometimes you don't know where to start, and like people be like, oh, it's easy, just post. I'm like, no, it'd be like something be like holding me back. I'm like, I don't know what's holding me back.
It could be as simple as that though. Like,
Exactly.
just post it. Like, that's it. Like, that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, like
just
even the other day, I was like, oh, yep, today's the day I'm gonna record another episode. No, I had to end up taking a test till like 12 a.m. And I was like, I'm going to sleep. Like, it's just so annoying. But that's why when I do get the opportunity to, you know, go to a shoot or direct a shoot, like I take it and I give it my all. It's like I don't know what's gonna happen again.
Literally.
And it's like I hate that it has to be like that, but that's life sometimes, and I don't know. I'm still learning how to work with being consistent with stuff.
So, I guess, like, what do you guys think would help you to be more consistent if you had to change anything in your life? Like, what do you feel like is that thing that would drive you to be consistent?
Definitely
Location.
If I'm back at home, like, I'm always gonna get ideas.
Back home, like, it's just the fact that we're on this campus, kind of. We're in a very rural area, predominantly white area. Like, it's just, not to say people aren't creative here. It's just we're two different types of creatives, and sometimes that could work, but most of the time it's like too far off. It's like
you kind of want to be with people that are in your creative.
Yes, because when I go like to my friend's campus, when I go to my friend's campus, like she goes to, it's like 5 of them. They go to Howard University. They have so many models, designers, photographers, videographers. They have so much like that roaming on their campus. And you know, we're a technology school. We have a lot of architect, nursing, medical, construction majors. Obviously, we're not gonna have a lot of photography and stuff. But it's like I feel like environment and location is one of the main factors as to why it's kind of harder to be consistent. Because like we said, like Rochester's a major city, New York City's a major city. I'm from Long Island. That's a major area. Like, you're around so many people that no matter what, you're going to find someone that has a creative idea out here. It's kind of, you know, once in a blue moon, I feel like.
Yeah, like even if I don't go to like one of those big time Division I schools like Ohio State, you know, Oklahoma, Auburn, and stuff like that. If I was to go to a school like UAlbany, Syracuse, Howard, schools like that, like I feel like I would even have more opportunities because of the location that they're in and because of the type of people that they have there. Like I know like a large majority of the people that go to these schools, even like Buffalo, I know a large majority of people that go to these schools, and I know them from since like young. So I already know the type of people that they are and the type of things that they're interested in. And they'll like, so they'll go do something like, yo, Neil, pull up here. It's like, all right, but I go pull up there, show out, do what I gotta do. And it's like, I'll meet somebody else from like Howard at a Syracuse event, or I'll meet somebody that goes like, I don't know, to a down south school somewhere else, to like, yo, one day when I come up here, I'm having a major, you know what I mean? Stuff like that would be much easier if I was to go to different schools like that. So location definitely does play a large role in that.
So, y'all know me, I'm very devil's advocate. So I want to say this, and I only play devil's advocate because I've been on different ends of sticks, and I've been that person who says, you know, I wish I was here, or I wish I had more access to these type of resources, these type of people. And it's kind of like when I was there, it was kind of the same position, right? And I feel like the thing is with what I've noticed with being an Alfred, Alfred is a very, like, no one says what they do, and so you don't know what anyone does.
That is
And so it's kind of like, you know, people do things here, you just don't know what they do. And so I think that's the problem. No one really pushes their brand, nor they push their content so you can be creative with these people. Now, I think with Alfred being a technology college, right, and even with AU, because I kind of tour around both schools, and I would say, you know, just for like being like an artist with like a keen eye or whatever, I think there's beautiful places on both campuses that you can have crazy photo shoots. Even in our campus, there's a SDC. I don't even know if a lot of people know this, but in the building of SDC, there's literally like a big ass studio, like photo shoot studio room on the lower floor.
By the library?
No, yeah, SDC. And then the bottom floor of SDC, there's like this big like green screen room. And like you could literally do anything with green screen, and then not only just that, but change it with different backgrounds and really just be really creative with it. And that's why even we were talking about earlier that a lot of jobs when it comes to creative directors is to find these small areas, right, that you can just get a different type of background, or you could get some string or something, make the model up, create the moment, create the scene, and take the shot. And so I think with me, I've been to different campuses, to U Albany. I've been to like Delaware, SUNY Delaware, like
Delhi?
That's what I
Delhi,
was
yeah,
thinking of,
Fredonia, and like Howard, Syracuse, like these type of schools, and they all have like good things. Why I would say I love Alfred more is because even with you, like with the nature shots, for example, if you guys don't know, Vogue is actually having a open casting call for everyone 18 plus and up, and they're literally looking for the next generation of the future faces of modeling. And so I think, especially with this crowd, which is why I kind of wanted you all to be here, I was gonna offer maybe before the semester ends, we can kind of all get together. I'll have the camera. We all choose like a designated look for you guys to go somewhere on campus, take a couple of shots, get some videos of you introducing yourself, and setting something up to audition for those things, because I think you all have potential to be a part of Vogue. And I'm all about flavors. And I think the next generation of faces need like faces like you guys. And I think that would be really beautiful. And so I think things like beautiful browns and nudes will look nice on you. Gingers will look nice on you. Red tones. I think. I think the same thing with you. I feel like blues will look nice on you. Pinks, also nudes. Same with you. I think browns will look amazing. I think high nudes will look nice on you. You can kind of pull up a couple of things, reds, greens, and to kind of get you guys in like a space where we could do something to really show off and accentuate the beauties that you guys have, and hair up, hair down, show off features, muscles, show off curves, show up, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think that would really be beautiful, and just to show you the type of scenes that we could get and shots we could get while being an Alfred, and maybe just doing something like that creatively will help you see more of what Alfred could offer.
Working with what you have.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think the beautiful,
No,
beautiful thing is to work with the small thing, because you'll see when you are able to work with the smallest things that you have, when you're offered greater opportunities to work with bigger scenes, with bigger budgets, and create big, like, you can do anything.
Because imagine, like, if you could do that with this, imagine what you could do when you have all of this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
What were you gonna say?
No,
Sorry.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I was just gonna mention that, similar to what you said, just like bringing it to you, like still working on it, like even though like what I'm saying, it's school and everything like that. You guys said like where you guys live is more opportunity and more, like, what I'm saying, but people like us, like, we know that we still wanna like model, and we know that we still wanna put the time in, to do it. So I feel like you should bring it to where you are, and you know what I'm saying, like even like the fashion shows, even the fashion shows like they be doing and stuff like that, like here I feel like that's like a really like good way to like bring like because this isn't like a model like and, like this isn't like that, but to bring it here and to like come together, people like us, like shoot, let's do it, like fashion show or whatever, like
be the innovator.
Ever since I was, you wanna go first?
Yeah, sorry. When you were saying people in Alfred, like everyone does a lot of stuff, but they won't tell you what they do. It's like the whole reason like I'm here for this instance, because it's literally I saw you post that you have a podcast, and I was like, oh wow, this is really really cool. And then another instance, like I keep on bringing up Tegan because I miss her so much, and I was really like, I was like, wow, this is what I really like to do. That's when I really realized like I like working with my creativity. Like her, if I never went to that brunch, I would never have met her, and I would never like probably wouldn't be here. So it's like when people, and that's her, she was promoting herself. So it's really, I never thought of it like that. Like I always knew people on Alfred, they do so many different things, but it's like the reason why we won't really connect is because people just like to keep it to themselves. But it's like, no,
or they just feel like there's no one else.
Exactly, but the thing
Like,
is, you feel
doing
like
the
there's
thing.
no one else because you're not talking.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm very big on speak.
We're gonna
Like,
talk. We're
speak.
gonna talk about that. What did you have to say?
Mhm.
We're gonna talk about that though right after.
I was gonna say, like, ever since I was younger, like, I was heavy on making like something out of nothing.
Mhm.
So like being up here, like even I was just throw on a regular little calm fit, like some jeans, some sneakers, nice shirt, pick a nice background, pick a nice mood aesthetic, you know,
Mhm.
make the right facial expressions. It'll look like, yo, like you really, like you put that shit on, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then reality, I just threw something on, just went to go
Mhm.
take pictures.
Right.
And me and my boys, like we kind of do that a lot too. Like, it'll be a nice day outside, like probably 75 degrees. They have a nice little combo, and they got in their head like, yo, we have to go take pics. But we just find a nice little venue, do a couple poses, do what we gotta do, post on Instagram,
Mhm.
get a couple likes, and it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, like y'all look
Awesome.
good.
It's just so
in the back of my
nice.
head, I'm just like,
Yeah,
you
because just think about it. You could just
put
be
it on.
building yourself here, like while you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's not like opportunities and stuff like that, but you could just be building your portfolio. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to myself too, because I need to do the same thing. But like, yeah, you could just be like building your brand, building your portfolio here, and then like when you do go back, you have more to give out. You do have more to show, and like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
I would definitely say exactly what you were saying. College, use every opportunity to build yourself. Like, I know that classes may seem like so much, especially if you're working and you're doing a lot, but if you could just find the little bit of time that you do have, right? Even to say, okay, I'm going to take like this little bit of time to just write out the idea of what you want to do first, because that's all it takes. Write out the idea of like what it is that you want to do first, and then as time continues to go on, even when it comes to being consistent is not just posting every day.
Mhm.
I think for me, consistent is coming up with at least ideas every day that you're gonna be able to create and put out there, because consistency could be different for everyone. There's some people that consistent you want to put out every day, even if you put out, but my consistent could be I want to put out once a month. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But that's still consistent because you get something every month.
Right.
There's some people who put out every other week, but that's their consistent. And then there's some people who post once a week. So you find out what your consistent is with the schedule that you have, and just kind of keep a focus on that, because when time does open up or free time does allow itself to give you to do more things, you can do more, right? And so especially with schedules that you work a lot, like for me personally, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually went to Alfred like way back when, went to LA Film School, and then I actually just coming back.
Oh.
So to kind of see, so one thing about it is networking is a big thing, where in LA Film School is like, if you don't talk to people, nothing could get done.
Right.
Teachers don't work with you if you don't talk to them. Students can't work with you if you don't talk to them, because they're setting you up for what the real world is like. And so after school, no one's going to be like, hey, do you want to come and do like a photo shoot? Like sometimes you really have to go and say, hey, like, I think I would be good for this brand. This is what I think I could do. And like, you know, we should work. Why? This is what I look like. This is the type of styles that I have, you know. And so that's what I've learned. And so to go into the topic of people here not doing that, the thing, what I've seen with coming back to Alfred is people lack confidence.
Yeah.
A lot of people lack confidence, and a lot of people are very quiet and they don't really say much. And I think I don't know if it's just like the COVID thing, or, you know, some people are just too cool for school, too cool to talk, too cool to speak. But, you know, I'm always been the person that, you know, you get what the hell you speak up for. And a closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of people
That's
here
so
have
true.
closed mouth, and you'll never get an opportunity that you genuinely want. Another thing is people are scared to work with people that are different and
Yeah.
outside of their normal group or their normal like atmosphere that they're used to. And I always like to tell people, like, the world, when you get out there in the real world, baby, like
There's no
nobody
normal
is
group.
going to be what you grew up with in your house. When you leave your home, the world is different. No one's like what you look like. No one's how they're going to be like how you are in your home, or who you grew up with in your home, or how people in your family look like. People is different in this world, and to know how to allow yourself to work and network with those different type of people is what's really going to bring you to the next levels and get to that big time position that you want, you know.
People need to learn how to adapt. And also, like, I've been learning, like, what is a normal. There's really no normal if you really
No.
think about it.
Being
like,
weird is normal.
Like, exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's
everyone's
like you have to be
It
weird.
my
is.
normal isn't
Everything
your
is
normal.
normal.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that makes everything normal. Therefore, is there really a normal if everything's normal?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
but I know you were talking about one time about the whole adapting thing. We had a conversation about that. Like, what's your
With me, I adapt to my environment like very fast, no matter where I'm at. You could put me in the ghetto, you could put me in the nice, like the richest community, and I'll easily adapt to my environment. I'm very comfortable with being uncomfortable, so you'll never be able to tell like when I'm feeling uncomfortable in a situation. Like it can be beneficial, but it can like it has its negatives at the same time. But more likely, it's beneficial more for me within the field that I'm trying to get into, because I know there are people that get like opportunities for different things, and they'll say no, like I don't feel comfortable doing that. It's like step out your comfort zone. You never know. You try this, it shoots your career off so far, and that's why I kind of like try to emphasize people on my campus to take advantage of every opportunity given, like you brought up before, because even like the slightest of an opportunity, that's why every event like a large majority of events that happen in my school, I'm usually always there, and I'm always trying to get my face like on the school's page, or always trying to get my face like somewhere, because you never know, like there'll be a company or a modeling modeling agency that'll look you up, and it's like, oh, you went here, all right, let me see how he was. Boom, now you're popping up everywhere, all over the school. It's like, oh, he was all over this school. Now I feel like I could work with this guy, because if you're represented by an institution, a PWI at that, then that's way more impressive for you. It's like, oh, I can work with you then. You can, you can appeal to their senses, you're definitely gonna be able to fit in with me. So even something as slight as something simple and as slight as that may shoot your career off extremely far, and you will never know, because you want to like stay home and do a test or something. Just chill.
So what's your, because I feel like I want to hear your voice more. What is your opinion when it comes to adapting? Like, how do you feel you are when it comes to adapting in spaces?
Probably the same thing. Like, I feel like I just like, even just coming here, like not like talking about modeling or anything like that, but like just coming here, this is my first time actually like away from home. Like I've never like stayed on my own by myself. But like I feel like it's just like how I was raised. Like I was raised like, you know, just to like learn how to know how to take care of myself, like wherever I'm at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I was raised. Like, so it's just like, even if I'm like uncomfortable, like when I first got here, like everybody was like wondering, like when I first got here, like damn, like what like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm just like chilling, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like just doing me, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I just feel like that's just like how I was raised, like, you know, like, I don't know, it's just simple, like, that's just what it is.
So you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this conversation that we are bringing to you. But for the moment, we are actually about to go into our 5-minute break, and when we return, you already know what's about to go on. We're about to do our lyric trivia, but this time is going to be with a little twist. So it's your girl Kimora.
Oh, it's Tobi.
It's your boy Neil.
Just Jimmy's. I'm just Jimmy's.
And we'll see you right after this break.
While they go on break, let's take a look at some of these models' work. And remember, their social medias will be down in the description below, as well as on the end card of this video. So send them some love. It's absolutely free. And if you want to be featured on the Artist Sit Down, there's a Google Drive sheet in the description below for you to fill out. We'd love to have you on. Anyways, back to the podcast.
Hey you guys, what's going on? We're here back from our 5-minute break. It's your girl Kimora.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting. Hello, my name's Tobi.
It's your boy Neil.
Just Jimmy's.
And so we are now tuning in to our lyric trivia. So we're going to start with Tobi first. And so, yeah.
So the first song I have goes like, I'm going to say literally one lyric. Real niggas deserve to live twice.
Period.
Do y'all know where that's from?
Real niggas deserve to live twice.
Male, female.
Oh, male.
No, I was about to say.
Future?
Meek Mill? No,
Damn,
there.
that was good.
I'm thinking like,
Can I give a hint?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Pac or Biggie. Like,
Oh, I'm saying
like
yeah.
a
'cause she
OG.
gets
It's
It's not
a legend.
old. It's not old. You know, in my eyes, he's like
Tupac.
Pop?
kind of big.
He big.
He big.
He big?
He big. He got
Is
a
he a
deep voice.
It's,
Deep voice. Pop.
No.
is it drill?
50.
No, it's not.
It's just
G
Because
Herbo.
50 kind of
No.
big.
G
but-
Herbo?
God
Damn, I should have picked the Herbal song. No.
G Herbo's small though.
It's yeah, he not like I'm talking about like he literally big and he got a lot of money and like
So
Wow,
he's
wait.
big right now.
no
Is he like
Like he's-
popping right now? Like,
Is it Kevin Gates?
now he's like around the same genre
Oh no, he not big.
Of who?
I'm about to say
Kevin
J.
Gates?
Cole.
kind of like dang
J. Cole ain't
he's
big.
like someone he works with Drake a lot and like
DJ Khaled.
no
Ooh.
Oh.
he
That was
works
a
with
go-
DJ
that was a good
Khaled
one.
close. Yes
Who?
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
Rick
He
Ross.
says it.
Oh.
It's Drake's song. Oh, she didn't guess the song, but that was close.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
If you
I
get the
guess-
artist, the
Okay.
artist is fine.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's from Certified Lover Boy. You only live twice.
Mm. That was a
Um,
good one.
Yeah, and I love that lyric because I agree.
So what's your second one?
Oh yeah. So, can I say like, I can say 2 lyrics, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
2 lines
So-
up the max.
This is how it starts. But is this about skills or this about sales? Cause either way. Oh, y'all can curse. Cause either fucking way, man, all these niggas is less than me.
It's gotta be a girl.
Nope, it's a man.
What?
Yes.
Genre, like what type of rap?
Hip hop, rap.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a guy. What he
It's a guy.
What he say?
But is this about skills or is this about sales? Cause either fucking way, man, all them niggas is less to me.
Is it Drake?
It's a Drake song, but it's not Drake.
Somebody featured on it?
Yeah.
Who is it? What album?
Care Package. It's an
Mm.
old album.
Is this like a legend artist?
To me,
Jay-Z?
no, but Jay.
J. Cole.
J. Cole?
Yeah.
Mm.
J. Cole said that. I was say he was like, "Can I play the little song, the sound of it?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like the way he says it, I'm just like, damn. Like
That shit was hard. So you like more lyricist type of music?
I do, but also like if it sound good, I'm gonna bop my head to it, of
Right.
course. But yeah, I do listen to lyrics a lot. I love it.
I love
Like
that.
I love Jay-Z so much. Oh my god. So he's a very big lyricist. Is that what you call it? Yeah. Good job, guys. I'm proud of y'all. I was scared y'all wasn't gonna get
That was a
that.
little hard.
I'm
Neil?
surprised I got that.
Alright. This one was kind of like tough to pick. Alright, but I don't need to look for it. It was grown niggas acting like kids. They acting like Benjamin Button.
Oh, I know that. I know
Lil
that.
Dirt. Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Nah,
That's
it was Lil
definitely.
Dirt. How'd
Oh.
you get so fast?
I
That
don't
nigga
sound
sound
like
from
him. I'm not gonna lie. I just went to like his concert like 2 weeks ago.
I know it was one of them little niggas. Lil Baby.
Yes.
Lil somebody.
One of them little niggas. Oh, we.
That's hilarious.
What's your next one?
Oh, can I like search for it really quick?
Mhm.
Alright. I got you right now.
Dang, y'all all getting deep. My lyrics are just like.
Mine's kind
So we need what is it called?
It be the
Variety.
vibe for me.
Yeah.
It be the vibe of the music, like, you know.
That's the
Yeah, I
good
don't
thing
know
about
which is the other
music.
one that
You
I
get
have.
deep. And you could get this is a good song.
Yeah,
Like
you just want it to end. Like,
literally.
This one, like, when I was listening to this one, I was like, damn, that's a fact. Like,
That's a fact.
that's crazy.
That was real. What he just said.
Alright, ready?
Mhm.
Many die young before they have this. Not too many of them growing up never had it.
Say it again.
that's J. Cole.
No,
No.
that sounds like something he would say. Though.
Yeah, do something like
Many
that.
die young before they have this. Not too many of them growing up and never had it.
Jay-Z.
Pac?
It's a man, right?
No.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
Say it again.
It's a
Foxy?
woman.
Mm-mm. Many
Oh.
die young before they have this. Not too many of them growing up and never had it.
Nikki.
Eve?
Mm-mm.
Faith.
Kim?
Mm-mm.
Janae?
She's like Janae. kinda.
Summer Walker.
Her.
Oh.
Is a rapper?
Janae. She's like
Yeah.
Janae Aiko.
She's like a rap
Her?
singer. singer, rapper.
Beyonce?
Rap singer?
Beyonce definitely
I
not.
don't know. I believe she's like a rap singer.
Does she do more rapping or singing?
She do more singing than rapping, I believe.
Not Summer, not Janae. Who be in
Is it Ari?
Dang, she
Ari
like-
Lennox?
Is it Erica Badu?
Jill Scott?
Say it again.
Many die young before they have this. Not too many of them growing up and never had it.
I know.
Remy?
Oh, God.
Are they a legend type of?
Are they old or young?
They're modern,
I
like.
believe they around like just a little bit older than us. Just a little bit older
Just
than
a
us.
little
I think
bit?
so, yeah.
Damn, it's not that many fucking females. Am I missing
Let me
somebody?
look through mine.
That sounds like something Janae would say.
That is something she would say though. But it's
Yeah.
not
Like
mine.
Janae Aiko?
Alicia
Yeah, that's what I'm
Keys?
saying. Like, who the fuck else is a female in the music industry?
Ashanti? Nah, she old. Sorry.
Is she dead?
Huh?
She's not dead.
She's not dead. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's somebody else. My fault, my fault. I was thinking
Not
somebody
even
else.
Shanti
She's only like what,
Okay.
40? She
City
just.
Girls?
It's,
Sierra?
I'm just saying. Is it Lola? No, that she raps.
She was not saying
Yeah, I
that.
really don't want you to tell her because I want to.
Say it one more time.
Alright. I found her age.
How old is she?
She's 28.
Okay.
So
Twenty-eight.
Say it
she's
one
just
more
around.
time.
Many die young before they have this. Not too many of them growing up and never had it.
Okay, can you say the
I
melody
know that.
to it?
I know that.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
right
like I
now.
was singing that before.
I
Like,
know, like, the many die young part, I feel like.
Alright. Many die young before they have this. Not too many of them growing up and never had it.
Fuck, I don't know. Are they black?
Alright, I'm not gonna get it because you just
Um,
sung it, and if you sung it,
They black.
They're
Most
black.
people would consider her black.
I don't know. Who is it?
It's Kalani.
oh my
Oh, dang, I really forgot about
That's
her.
right.
No, you don't forget
It's
about
this part. I love this part, man. I
Dang,
got you.
Wow.
How you forget about Kalani? Maybe
That
she's
song,
fan.
like, just, it touches me. Every time I hear it, it's just like, I gotta sing my heart out.
I want to change my phone.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead. That was a good
I don't
one.
know the other lyrics though. All I know is
All you have to say is like the first line or the first two.
sunshine. I could call you
Ooh,
my
excuse
baby
me.
boy.
Alicia Keys.
It's a
He
lady.
say sunshine. I could call you my baby boy.
That's your name?
That is Janae.
Oh.
I know. I'm like he took my artist. But
What
no,
song
he-
was that?
That's Janae and Tyga.
Oh,
Mm.
It's a Vibe?
No, that's
Trying to sing?
no. It's called Sunshine.
Sunshine. Oh,
I know,
they
I
make
could've
a lot of
said
songs
Sunshine.
together. They're a good collab now that I think
No,
about it.
sunshine. I could call you my.
That's on the
You could call
I forget
me.
what album, one of her recent albums.
We could just sing sometime.
Okay,
Okay, that's a throwback.
Yeah,
Okay, so what's your second one?
Oh, my second one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My second one is dang. All my songs so simple.
Girl,
Y'all
it's
just gonna
okay.
get this mad easy. Yeah, 22.
Oh, man.
22? Wait, I don't even know who
I don't know
the
who the
man.
artist is
His
Oh,
though.
name
that's
is J.O. or
J.O.,
something like
okay,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I really be like, I got that from TikTok.
Yeah.
I be vibing in that song.
So I feel like both
Yes.
of my artists are pretty like Caribbean because I kind of felt like we were gonna stay in like the hip hop genre, but I'm a Spartan soldier. I was born to conquer. I was raised and trained for war.
Yeah, your songs are gonna be hard.
They definitely, y'all know
I
my
Yeah, like
fucking
Caribbean,
vibe.
Like, they say it in like.
They do it in their accent. I
Vibes
feel like
Cartel?
no,
Popcorn?
no.
Dexter Dash?
He's definitely like more so like of a
Like a
more so like a throwback type of person.
Oh.
Egyptian.
Mm-mm.
Busy Signal?
Egyptian
Mm-mm.
is.
I'm a Spartan soldier. I was born
Tommy
to
Lee
conquer.
Sparta?
Yes!
Wait, can you
Yeah.
play it?
I know my Tommy
I
Lee
got you right
Sparta.
now.
Yeah.
How did you get that? You know, it's so crazy. People don't really.
People don't really know about him.
No. Wow.
Put me on.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm like, man, you Caribbean, right? Yeah.
And then I think you're gonna know this one, but nobody have you know.
But Cranium?
Said me and you are fuck.
Cranium.
Yeah, it's cranium.
What song is that one?
Nobody have you know.
I was gonna pick two Caribbean artists too. I was like, I don't know.
I love Weekend by Cranium.
We
You
can.
know that song?
I don't know that
It's
song.
like Weekend.
I do know that song.
Yeah,
I do know
that
that
song
song.
I love
You know,
that song.
one thing about it, when I could say when I did come to Alfred back when, the parties, not saying the parties now aren't lit, but they were nothing.
You were saying that about the fashion.
Oh no,
show
nothing
when
that's
you did-
here now. Alfred was
Oh,
like
I was about to
every
say.
like that's what I was saying. Like everything about Alfred was completed. Even AU, like AU was so lit. A State was so lit. Like,
Everyone
and
was
I think it was a
telling me
student. Like everybody was doing everything. The fashion shows was a big thing on both
I remember you
campuses. Like
telling me that, yeah.
students here, students there would be in it. When I went to the AU town, like it was a good show, but it was like really nobody there. When I was coming here, that whole shit was packed. Like it was still people outside. Like same thing with A State. Like
That's what I'm saying.
the parties,
we gotta get
lavish,
going again.
all
That's
of
what
these things.
people
Like
always
people
told
couldn't even
me.
get in
Yeah,
to
people-
Pioneer for lavish. That's how
many people.
mad people was there. Like you
Now
would
we
be,
keep the doors open later. Some more people.
Yeah,
but like
when
it
I-
used to be a thing.
When I first got here, when I first transferred over here back in 2020, like I knew a couple of OGs that went here already, and I was
Mhm.
cool with them for before I even got here because I had them on Snap or I went to high school with them, or like they would contact me on Instagram and stuff because I came on a visit before I even went here. So they used to tell me like, yo, we used to like have this. I don't know if you're familiar with midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they used to have midnight. They used to come after parties, eat
Mhm.
all they want, go home, come back out. It was active again on weekends.
It was
Like
so lit.
parties was crazy. The events was
The
happening,
town,
like,
first of all, the
everything.
town used to be that, like when I say like motherfuckers who don't even go to the campus, like these regular people, like the regular people that literally just live in Alfred,
Yeah.
they would literally be in the town live with us. We had grandma smoking blunts with us. Like,
Yeah, nowadays they want to like
Like,
shut us
it's-
down for
no,
what we
it's
do.
crazy.
Like literally yesterday, I was
The
at a party
whole
last
town
night.
would be so,
Police
and then
on, like,
y'all end at like 2, 3 in the morning. No,
I heard that. That's
we
one thing I
used
could
to
not get
end
down
at
with.
like 6, 7 in the
6
morning.
a.m.,
Go to
yup.
the jet, lit.
That's fire.
Lit, and the
Seriously?
jet used to close at like 8. So
I
that
heard
What?
about
yeah,
that.
the
Like,
jet used
now
to
they
close
close
at
at, like,
8. They
2.
close at like 3.
Like,
That's crazy.
So word.
But
Everything just transferred. Like,
it's crazy. But so I kind of want to get into the mental health section. I feel like that was actually a really fun game. I actually loved that. You guys
Yeah,
did
that was really
amazing.
fun. Good job.
So I want to get into mental health, and then I kind of just want to get like you guys' opinion on like words of advice for the people, what you feel like they need to hear in this moment. So I guess how are you all feeling in this moment? The semester is literally almost done. We're going into finals week. Stress is coming on.
Mhm.
Even just like with regular life, work, money, finance. That like, how do y'all feel? Any of y'all can start first.
I have a lot I have to say about that.
Mhm.
But
Life
I'm
be
just keep
life.
it.
Life
Yeah,
and
life be life. But I'm gonna keep it short and simple. Don't stress the little things. Like I
Mhm.
said before. Literally, every L you take, don't take it as a L. Take it as a lesson. It's more so focus on life skills rather than trying to be. Focus on life skills. Rather than trying to be somebody you're not. If that makes sense. Like, don't try to live up to the standard that other people see you as. Focus on what interests you best. Focus on what like you really want to do growing up. Don't listen to somebody like, oh yeah, I think you can do this. You should try this. Like, yeah, that's cool enough, but I want to do this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just focus on that rather than trying to be like a bookworm. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's something I would tell people.
Amelia.
Well, you said how I'm feeling in this moment. In this moment, I'm very happy because I'm here. Like, I was looking forward to this.
I
like,
appreciate
since
your
yesterday,
time.
since I texted you. I was looking forward to this.
I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it for you
it
guys.
was, it was.
I always wanted to do something.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I
me
love it.
too.
Thank you.
I'm so thank you for the
No
opportunity.
problem.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm happy. I'm truly thinking about like I got an assignment due tonight.
No, literally.
So
Got an exam.
you were saying, can you access what you wanted us?
Yeah, so
can you say
how do you feel in this moment, just mentally, life-wise? Yeah, that we could start
Likewise,
there.
I'm ready for summer because summer is when I always thrive. Like traveling, making money,
Yeah.
making new memories. I'm very big on that, so I'm really excited for that. And a piece of advice I would give to people is like focus on yourself. And I actually wrote it down somewhere because I had to write it because I'm an orientation leader and they just asked for like our little portfolio, like word of advice, and I always say focus on yourself and you'll always win.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, sometimes you'll get so caught up in comparing yourself to other people that you stop and then you look around and you realize you're in the same spot because you focusing on other people going higher into where they're doing, and you wasn't focusing on you. So if you focus on yourself, you're always gonna win. And people like to think like there's competition, but there's really no competition. Like, the only competition there should be between you. And I always say this, like, if you go to my Twitter right now, it's on my pinned tweet, it's like, you're not me and I'm not you, so I'm never worried. Because it's like, literally, there's no competition. You're not me and I'm not you. Two different people, two different paths. Even if we was on the same path, we're still two different people. So nothing's ever going to be the same. Therefore, I don't got to worry about you.
Yeah.
Like, not even on no cocky shit. It's just...
Yeah, that's
So that's why I always say just focus on yourself. You'll be good.
I love that.
right now, mentally, I feel like I'm just like, I don't know, like throughout the year, I've been through like a lot, like so far, even like coming here and being in school, like I've lost like 2 family members, like, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
But it's just like, I don't know, I feel like what they said.
Don't
like,
cry,
just-
because you're going to make me cry.
No, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. But I just feel like,
Got you.
it's just like, you just really have to, like what they said, focus on yourself, put yourself first, because if you don't work on yourself, and you're not going to be able to help anybody, or, or you know what I'm saying, or do anything like that you love or anything like that. Like, I feel like that's just like most important. Like, you have to take care of yourself, take care of your mental, and I'm talking to myself as well. I always say that, like, I'm talking to myself, and I say this too, like, really just like put yourself first, for real, because if you don't put yourself first, like, you ain't gonna be able to function. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really just gotta, like, just really, like, put yourself first. And like she said, like, even when it comes to, like, competition and shit, like, stuff like that, like, it's just, like, for me, I like being around people that are
I'm saying,
over here, because guess what? They could teach you, like, the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not even, like, you have to learn how to be around people that...
Be a student.
Yeah, you have to learn how to learn. Like, period. Like, that's just, like, what it is. Like, I love being around people that, you know, like, they doing good in life, and they here, and they making money, and they, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I feel like that's where you should surround yourself around, the people that you want to, not necessarily want to be like one day, but you want to be successful too. Like, everybody, we all working towards something in life. Like, we all, like, working towards something. We all got to make it. Life is life, and life is how it is, like, period. Like, you just got to, like, keep going and just, like,
keep going.
Yeah, keep going. That's it. Like, don't stop, because you're just going to find yourself confused, lost.
Well, she was saying about, like, take care of yourself first, because then you can help other people. Someone told me one time, like, fill your own cup. So, not so you could fill others, but if you never fill your own cup, you're not going to be able to help people. So let's say you love helping people, so that's why people say, like, sometimes taking care of other people too much is a bad thing, because you take care of people so much to the point where you can't anymore. Like, it's either you're tired, or you physically can't, or you just don't want to. That's why sometimes you need to make sure your own cup is filled, therefore, so you could fill other people's cups. Because let's say you're a nurse, and, you know, your job is literally to help people, and you helping people so much to the point where you burnt out, you're sick, you're literally exhausted. Now you can't show up to work, and you can't take care of people. That's literally how it is in life. Like, just make sure, you gotta be selfish. Make sure you're okay first, and then go and help people. Because if you're not okay, then you can't help the person. Therefore, you're not doing any help at all.
And I always like to say that I'm a big person when it comes to not necessarily being selfish, but being selfish. Definitely be selfish with your time. Be selfish with your energy. Be selfish with who you're around. Be selfish, you know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of gets really criticized and ridiculed for people, because it's like, oh, you think you're better than me? You think you can't be in a space with me? And it's not necessarily saying I think you're... And that's another thing. If anyone ever says you think you're better than me, they think you're better than them.
Yeah.
It's never, you know, like that. So it's like, and I like to say, me personally, I don't necessarily surround myself around a lot of people, especially just here, because I'm kind of used to, and I'm kind of familiar with, you know, friend groups, and I'm familiar with people, and I do know when you're around people, being around people could change who you are individually, but you wouldn't necessarily realize that until, you kind of realize, like when you're by yourself, that a lot of who you are is not really showing in the spaces that you end up putting yourself in. And so you kind of, lose that energy that you usually bring around people. And I think we were having this conversation before that, it's all about who you bring in a space as yourself. It's all about your essence. And I definitely want to say, when you leave an essence behind, even when you go out there to like interviews or like modeling stuff, there's this essence that you need to leave in the room to let people know, like, damn, she was really here, whether that be a smell, whether that be a smile, whether that be the way you talk, whether that be the way you look, how you present yourself. And I think all these things are important. One, not only just for your mental health to keep you up every day, because I think my big thing is you look good, you smell good, you just do good shit.
Yep, you look
You know
good,
what I'm saying? Like
good.
you feel great about yourself. And I think, a lot of the times, especially with, and I always like to use this school as an example because this is where we go. And I think it's just very important to just pay attention to things like this. People are always just grouped up, right? And then I notice that, when I do see these people by themselves, it's like, okay, I see your personality when, when you're with your group, but who are you when you're not with your group, right? Because I do feel there's like a complete shift and a difference within people. And, but to kind of get back on track, what I would say for people is kind of just summing up what you all said. You don't have any competition. No one's ever your competition. You run your own race. And, don't ever look at someone as you want to be better than them. Just say you want to do great things like they are doing. You want to achieve great opportunities like they're able to achieve. And don't ever look at life as a competition, even though spaces that you go into are competitive. Just take that perspective and turn it into something else. Like, okay, I'm here to learn. And I always tell myself, even with being around you all, that I'm still a student, right? I love to just be a student. I love to learn from people. I love to hear what you guys have to say. And, I love that you all kind of took the floor today and like really spoke and, just said beautiful words. And I always would like to say that, kind of just be true to who you are and that you all are beautiful. And, there's so much that goes on in this world. And I think everyone in here should just be gentle to them. And, whether things go good for you guys, bad for you guys, like just appreciate that you're even pushing through it, because the more you just appreciate yourself and handle yourself with care, because the world is going to throw so much bullshit at you, you're just able to hold more pressure. And it's okay to have pressure on you. Just, be easy with yourself and you'll grow. So I love you guys so much for being here, and I appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you guys, and thank you to the audience for tuning in to the 5th episode of The Artist Sit Down. It's your girl, Kimora.
Oh my God.
This is really good. No, this is going to be so funny when it's played back.
Wait, this is going to be...
No, because I like stuff like this.
Okay. Sorry, y'all, if you don't forget him. I'm Tobi, and thank you for having me, Kimora.
No.
I'm Neil. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm Jimmy, and thank you so much for having me.
And
Pleasure.
you guys are watching The Artist Sit Down, and I'll see you next week.
Yay.